Overthinking is a prison disguised as logic. You tell yourself you're just being careful, just being thorough. But deep down, you know the truth. You're stuck, running the same thought loop on repeat, waiting for perfect clarity, perfect certainty, perfect timing. And in the process, life passes you by. So today, we're cutting through the noise. 7 timeless Stoic lessons that will help you stop overthinking and start living with precision, purpose, and peace. 1. Clarity is earned through action, not thought. You don't think your way to certainty, you act your way into it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." That's not a call for mental gymnastics. It's a call for clarity through direct living. Overthinking is usually an avoidance mechanism. You're not analyzing, you're procrastinating. You rehearse 100 outcomes, trying to dodge pain. But life doesn't offer guarantees. It rewards courage. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." The solution: decide, act, observe, refine. That's how Stoics lived, with precision, not paralysis. You want clarity? Stop rehearsing, start doing. Let reality sharpen your mind. That job you're hesitant to apply for, apply. That hard conversation, have it. Action cuts fog. Every step forward is a scalpel through uncertainty. 2. Not every thought is worth your attention. You are not your thoughts, and you're definitely not obligated to listen to every single one of them. The Stoics had a word for the mental noise: fantasii, the impressions that flash through the mind. Epictetus taught that we can't always control what appears in our mind, but we can absolutely choose how we engage with it. That's the power of human reason. Overthinkers confuse thought with truth. Just because a fear feels real doesn't mean it is real. Stoicism teaches you to interrogate impressions. Ask, is this useful? Is this mine? Or is it just mental static? Train your mind like a gatekeeper. Not every idea deserves an audience. Let the idle thoughts pass like background traffic. Your focus is prime real estate. Protect it like it matters, because it does. 3. Perfectionism is a coward's armor. Let's be blunt. Perfectionism isn't noble. It's fear in disguise. Seneca called it out directly. While we are postponing, life speeds by. The overthinker's favorite excuse is, "not ready yet." But what they really mean is, "I'm scared of failing, of judgment, of not being seen as flawless." So they polish, they hesitate, they plan to death, and nothing gets built. Stoicism doesn't reward flawless planning. It honors inner strength, the kind that steps forward despite imperfection. That understands reality doesn't wait for clean lines and neat outcomes. You want to master overthinking. Stop hiding behind the illusion of perfect timing. You'll never be bulletproof. You don't need to be. What you need is momentum, imperfect but real. The Stoics didn't ask, "Will this be perfect?" They asked, "Is this right?" Do your duty. Let go of outcome. That's freedom. 4. The mind craves control, but peace comes from surrender. Overthinking is almost always a control issue. You replay the past. You pre-plan the future. You calculate every word, every reaction, every possible risk. Why? Because if you can just anticipate everything, you won't be caught off guard. That's not strategy. That's anxiety with a mask. The Stoics understood. What happens is not up to you. How you respond is. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." That's not poetic. It's tactical. You're trying to outthink the uncontrollable. But no matter how many variables you imagine, you'll never own the weather. You'll never script other people. Accept this. Stop trying to choreograph chaos. Surrender isn't weakness. It's Stoic strength. It's clarity. Focus on your choices. Leave the rest alone. You'll sleep better. Think clearer. Live freer. 5. Self-talk is either a weapon or a wound. The way you speak to yourself determines how long you'll stay stuck. Stoics weren't just philosophers, they were psychological surgeons. Epictetus said, "It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about them." Overthinkers don't just observe a problem, they narrate it, loudly, relentlessly. They turn every doubt into a monologue, and that monologue becomes reality. Ask yourself, what voice are you feeding? Because if your inner dialogue is cruel, cautious, and catastrophizing, you're not thinking, you're self-sabotaging. Stoicism demands discipline of perception. That starts with how you interpret setbacks, mistakes, uncertainty. Train your self-talk like a warrior trains his sword. Make it honest, but not hostile. Direct, but not defeating. Every time your mind spirals into what if, interrupt it with what's real. You are not helpless. You are not broken. You are not your worst-case scenario. Speak like someone who's going somewhere, and you will. 6. Delay is the enemy of peace. There's a cost to postponing hard decisions, and it compounds with time. The Stoics knew this. Procrastination is a form of spiritual rot. It looks harmless, even strategic, but every time you delay, you send a subtle message to your nervous system. I don't trust myself. And once that message takes root, anxiety grows. Doubt becomes default. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." That's not a death wish. It's a call to urgency. Overthinking tries to convince you there's more time. There isn't. There's just now. So stop weighing the same options like you're immortal. Decide, cut, move. You don't need another pros and cons list. You need a spine. Because peace doesn't arrive when everything is certain. Peace begins the moment you act with finality. 7. Emotion is information, not instruction. Overthinkers treat every emotional spike like a command. If they feel fear, they pause. If they feel doubt, they retreat. But Stoics flipped that script. Seneca said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." In other words, emotions aren't dictators, they're data. Fear might signal risk or growth. Doubt might mean danger or progress. You don't blindly obey your nervous system, you interpret it. That's the Stoic edge, emotional literacy. Not repression, not indulgence, just mastery. You feel anxious? Fine, don't panic. Analyze it. Use it as intel. Let it sharpen your moves, not stall them. Emotions are like weather, they pass. But your choices? They build character. Overthinking happens when you mistake emotion for instruction. Stop, feel it, note it. Then act like the man you're trying to become. That's Stoic discipline. Overthinking isn't a personality trait, it's a pattern, and patterns can be broken. The Stoics didn't live in quiet monasteries or perfect conditions. They were exiled, enslaved, attacked, betrayed. But they trained their minds like weapons, sharp, disciplined, calm under fire. You can do the same. These 7 lessons aren't tricks, they're tools, but they only work if you work them. That means action over anxiety, presence over perfection, choice over chaos, daily. So if this hit home, subscribe, not for the algorithm, for you. Because this channel is for men and women building themselves brick by brick, mindset first. And if you're serious about mastering your mind, check the description for elite level tools to help you level up. Remember, clarity isn't found, it's forged. Start forging.